All right, here we go. Face me, Balcione. And let's get activated. 30 jumping jacks, let's go. Roan sent a challenge to everyone in Knoxville to do 1,000 jumping jacks this week, and he did them all today. So he did 1,000 jumping jacks in one day. That poor boy's not gonna be able to walk tomorrow. Good, all right. Now we're gonna do lunge front kicks. So you're gonna lunge down, then come up and front kick. Lunge, front kick. Let's do 10 on each leg. 10 on each leg. Lunge, kick. Good, feel the burn in your legs. Good. All right, now we're gonna do crossover side kicks. So if you watch my footwork, what I'm gonna do is when I cross over, the leg that goes behind, my heel points in that direction. That means my front leg has to come up and kick with a side kick. Then I'm facing this way. So I'll do a jump crossover. This back foot points to my target, the front foot picks up and kicks. I step into it. Cross over and kick, cross over and kick. Do 10 to each side. Let's go. Cross over, the front foot will be the one that kicks. When you jump and cross over, Miss Trainer, why aren't you working out? You better get your belt on and start working out, young lady. I see you. Where are you going? She tried to hide. What? I can see through cabinetry. Jump and cross over and kick. Jump, cross over and kick. Make sure your heel is pointing in the direction that your other foot is kicking. When you do your jump, you're landing with your feet crossed. You're jumping and crossing first, then picking up and kicking. You can go slow, just get the footwork right. There you go. Ryan, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good. Go the direction that you're crossing. So now your front foot's gonna kick, there you go. Now when you cross the other foot in front, it's gonna go that way. And yep, nope, you had it right. Switch feet again. And now pick up that, there you go, just like that. Perfect. All right, that should be about 10, right? All right, let's do cross jacks. So now we're just gonna do jumping jacks, crossing our feet, keeping your hands up in the air. Wave around like you just don't care. Keep your hands up above your shoulders. Hands up above your shoulders. Keep your hands up the whole time. Work your shoulders. Hands above the shoulders, trainers. Don't let them drop. There you go. Now we're talking. Keep your hands up the whole time. Up above your shoulders the whole time. 25 and then you can stop. Good. All right. Let's take a seat. Feet together and butterfly. Pull that in nice and tight. Well, Mr. Gorty, if you're not on here tomorrow, happy birthday. A little early. Can't believe it, you're 16. Seeing you drive yesterday scared me. Please text me before you start driving so I can get off the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, one leg out. Switch your legs. And both feet out wide in a V. Stretch down to one side. Stay low, go to the other side. If you take class on Friday at 8 o'clock, come pre-stretched because we're going right to work and it's going to be arduous on your legs. Your legs are going to be screaming by the end of that workout. 8 o'clock, it's a national workout. All right, both feet together. Yours truly will be leading it. I'm excited about it. Good, put one leg over, bring it tight to your chest. And fold that in and rotate your back. Mr. Ryan, we usually congratulate our new white belts when they come into class, but we're glad you're here with us today. All right, bring that leg out, put your other one on top, hold it tight to your chest. Keep your back straight. The straighter you can keep your back, the tighter you can pull your leg, the better it is for your glutes. Fold that leg under and rotate your upper body. Good. All right, hop up. All right, hands on your hips. Get your lower back warmed up. Today's class is a little different than normal. Instead of doing all the punching and kicking, we're going to focus on all the blocking. We're going to work on blocks today. Blocking with our legs, blocking with our arms. We don't typically want to block punches and kicks with our head, but it will happen on occasion. Get both directions as you need it. Yeah, good. Now keep your head still and rotate your hips around your body. And get both directions. Good, all right. Put one arm in, palm facing into your body. Come up and around and catch that arm. Mr. Herr, what are your guys' ranks? Can you, I'm going to unmute you for 1 second. Tell me your ranks, fellas. Oh, nope, you got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, so
I'm a second degree black belt.
Second degree?
I'm a recommended.
Recommended. Perfect. All right, thank you, fellas. All right, other hand up and around. All right, I think a couple of you actually outranked me here today. So Mr. Wise, Mr. Escher, if I say anything that is not completely accurate, you butt in and let me know and we'll get it worked out amongst everybody. All right, good. Get your shoulders warmed up. And get your neck warmed up. All right, very good. Face me. Balcony. All right, so we're going to work on traditional blocks first. The first one we're going to work on is yellow belt. We've got a couple new yellow belts with us today. So what we're going to work on is our double knife hand block. So we're going to talk about the chambering and the setup of a traditional double knife hand block first. What I want to do is I want to cup my hand together and my thumb wants to stay on my side. If I have my hand here and I bring my thumb over, now I have created a knife hand as opposed to doing this is a ridge hand here, this is a knife hand because of the side that I'm striking with, okay? So what I want to do when I do a double knife hand is I want to keep my thumb on the side and I'm going to take my left, your right, and I'm going to bring it across and almost like I'm covering up my ear, okay? It's not on my shoulder, I don't rest it on here. I'm going to put it on my, like over my ear like this. My other hand is going to come out and it's going to be the height like I'm putting my hand on top of my twin's shoulder, okay? I don't want it down here like this, and I don't want it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up like this, and then when I come across, my hands wait till the 99th percentile, and at 99, they flip at that last instant. You're gonna put this hand right in your solar plexus. This hand is 90 degrees from your arm. Don't have your elbow out like this. This is no good. You got to tuck that elbow up underneath your body to protect your ribs. Everybody could be reminded of that. I see a lot of high-rank black belts like this, where their elbows are out past their arm. You got to get it underneath where your ribs are. Protect your ribs here. So 90 degrees in the arm. The fingertips are at the height of your head. Okay, don't be 90 degrees where you're up top like that. You got to be 90 degrees. So the top of my screen is right there, looking at your target, protecting your sternum. All right, protect your sternum. Mr. Wilkins, that looks a little low. Don't have it in your belly button. Bring it up to your sternum. All right, let's go back and forth with a couple of double knife hands. Now, double knife hands are from yellow belt to black belt and all the black belts above it. They're super important. So here we go. We're going to reach to one side, look at your target. Don't flip your hands until the last 1% of the move. Here we go, and 1. Step into that back stance. Hold it tight. Make sure your elbow is in line with your shoulder and your hand. Then what I'm going to do, watch me on screen. I'm going to step together, look at my new target, turn, and block. My hand is going to go to my solar plexus. My other one is as high as my head. Step together and block. All right, now, when my black belts should be putting in their hip power, my adults and teens, you guys, what is very important, watch my hip. My hip is going to kind of overwind. Then when I step in, it pops into place. Boom. And my belt wants to come around my waist because it wags like a tail. I'm bringing it around and moving my hip into place, okay? Let's do 5 double knife hands to each side. So you're gonna turn, look at your target, and block. Time your hand and feet together with each one. Let me watch you guys work. Time that double knife hand. Your feet are together before you step and make the block. Feet are together on your chamber, then you step out, hand and foot timing on the block. Your hands do not move until your foot is 1 millimeter off the ground. There you go, Katie, just like that. Perfect. I don't see Nick, he's not in camera, otherwise I'd fuss at him probably. There we go, now I see him. Hands up by your ears when you chamber, hand by your ear, hand like it's on top of your shoulder, step through and pop it at the last second. Good. All right, let's do the next one. So, double knife hand, and it's pretty similar to do a square block. So with a square block, here's what's going on. A square block is someone has come up and choked you. They have their hands on you, And what I'm doing is I'm taking my block through their hand, through their guard, and prying off their guard, or prying off their hands off my neck. Okay? So it chambers like this. Because I'm going this way, my right hand is going to go on my hip. My left hand is going to stack. They're not going to touch. I don't want them resting on top of each other. They're off of each other. But they're stacked on one side. My hands are going to come in front of my body. And my high block goes above my head. My forward one, the height of it is based on what we did last time. If I opened my fingers, it would be at the top of my head. But when I close them, that's the height that sets the height of that block. This one is like a high block over my head. All right, so here we go. Let's place that on your left, my right hip. I'm stepping to my left, square block. Then I'm going to step together, stack at the other side. The hand that's on this side is on the bottom. This one's on the top. I'm going to look to my right, square block. In a back stance. Step together and square block. Remember, when you step out, all right, full speed, ladies and germs. When you're going full speed, make sure that you are hitting your foot and hand and timing exact. Your hands stay put until your foot is 1 inch off the ground, then your hands explode into position to block. Your blocks are saving your life. Something is trying to strike you in the face, you want to protect it, you got to move your hands in a hurry. Boom. Good. Excellent. Okay. All right, Nick, hold, there you go. There you go. Anytime, okay, so yellow belts, white belts, anytime you guys are making that block, when I'm looking this direction, I should be able to look over my front hand. It should always be in front of me, protecting my ribs. My backhand is going to guard up above my head. I don't see my backhand. So if you're like this and you feel that kind of weirdness, you know you're backwards. Switch that around so you're making a square around your head. That's why it's called a square block. Okay? Now your high block, look at my hand. It's not like this. You're going to turn your meaty part of your arm up because you're catching something blunt with the meat of your arm right there. If your arm is turned this way, you're going to catch it on your bone and probably break your arm, okay? So turn your hand up. All right, good. All right, let's move on. So it's the same thing with an outer forearm block, inner forearm block. So what I'm going to do, we're going to work on our outers and inner forearm blocks. I'm going to tuck my hand underneath my armpit. Other one comes on top. I'm going to rotate my body into it and boom, step out into a front stance, outer forearm block. You're going to walk towards the camera with me doing outer forearm block. So here we go. I'm going to start with my left and block. The height, 90 degrees in your arm. The height is based on where your fingertips are at the top of your head. Good. Take your left hand, put it underneath, outer forearm block. Now, outer forearm block means that your knuckles go into your armpit, palm in. Your outside hand is palm up, palm away from you. I'm going to step, turn at the last second, boom. Good. Now your outer forearm blocks, guys, look. My body's position here, I want to keep it just off the side of my body. I don't want it to come all the way out here, and I don't want it to be directly in front of me. I got to be able to see what's attacking it. So I'm just at my shoulder when I block. Okay, so boom, right there. All right, good. Chamber and block. Let's go backwards. Chamber, block. Chamber, block. Good. All right. Same thing with the inner forearm block. You just turn it to the inside. Okay. Now let's work on low blocks. What's important about low blocks is you chamber on top. You're turning your hips. Put your power into it. Drive your hips into place. Just over past your knee, and then stop right at your knee. Don't go any farther. When you hit your footwork and your front stance, your hand then explodes into position. Your belt or your hair should be the only thing left moving after your block. Completely freeze your body after your block. Mr. Rich used to call it good hair. If quarantine happens much longer, I'm going to have good beard. My beard's getting so long. But here's what we do. Step in, turn your hips, and block with hip power. You can see my belt still wagging between each one. Drive into that power. You are saving your hips or legs from getting crushed. Good. Excellent. All right. Mr. Wilkins, make sure that you're not chambering here like this. We don't want to chamber in front of us. We want to hold that block up high. Get your elbows up. Turn your body into that block. Elbows up high. Turn into that block and go. There we go. Good. Excellent. Okay. Good, Andrew. Okay. Let's work on our high blocks. So high blocks don't have a set place to chamber, but they do come across the body, usually starting at the hip. So I'm going to step into my front stance. Turn my body, and now my arm is going to act as a windshield wiper as it comes up, and I pop my body into place. So I'm going to be here, turn my body. Now I'm not bringing my feet together. Don't do this in your high block. Don't bring your feet together. Leave your feet on the tracks where they are, but turn your hips and pop into that high block. Turn the hand up. Turn, high block. Your other high block is going to stay there until you're ready to make the move to the next one. Don't do this. Don't go. Because then you've defeated the purpose of protecting your head. Leave your high block there and then pop into the next one. Boom. Boom. Flow through that high block. Save your head from getting hit with a bat. Drive that high block up high. Go back and forth a couple of times. Let me see it, guys. There you go. Good. Make sure your hips, every time you finish a stance, your hips and your shoulders are square with the screen. We don't want to be here like this because then you've missed your positioning. In traditional sense, my hips and shoulders stay square. My high block comes above it. In traditional martial arts, it's about the art. Now, when we get into fighting blocking, it's very different. Yes, I want as few places for you to hit me as possible. But in this case, I'm squared up with that block. Block. Good. Excellent. All right, let's talk about X blocks. So there's a cut. Who has an X block in their pattern? Does anybody know if they have an X block in their pattern? Yeah. All right, so when you make an X block, whichever leg, if my left leg is in front, that means my left arm is in front. I am going to make my X and lock them at my wrists. I'm not like this, okay? You lock at the wrists here, right? If you open them up, they're there. Here, there, whatever. Okay, so if my right leg is forward, that means my right hand goes in front, locked at the wrists. Now, if I'm here like this and my right is forward and I go down low to block, I have to switch my hands because my right hand has to be in front of my left. There are several patterns where that happens, where you go X block high, chamber, X block low, and you have to switch which one is in front. Your lead leg determines where your X block comes from. So here's what we're going to practice. We're going to be in a front stance. I'm in my left front stance. You can mirror me with a right, doesn't matter. But we're going to work on chambering at the hips, X block low. You are protecting your groin from getting kicked. Don't be here like this. You can still kick me in the groin. That's no good. Get down and protect your groin from getting kicked. Good. Then we're going to chamber and go high with an open X. Good. When you make an open X block, you should be able to see underneath it. Don't cloud your vision. There are some patterns where it's in front of the chest, and that's okay. In this sense, we're going to look underneath the X so we can see. Okay? So we're going to go low and high, switching your hand with that one leg forward. Here we go. Low, protect the groin. High, protect the head. Good. Low and high. Switch your feet. Low, whoop, low, and high. All right, see if you can confuse yourself. I want you to do 2 of those X blocks, low and high. Switch your feet, go low and high again. Let's see if you can get it right on your own. without even thinking about it. Unconscious, try to make sure you're same side. Oh, Mr. Gorty, you goofed that up. I saw that. I saw it, Mr. Gorty. Don't you tease me. There you go. Good. There you go, Andrew. Perfect. Low then high. Now, everybody jump switch. Throw a high X block. Go. Excellent. Same sides in front. Good. Good. Excellent. All right. Very nice. So we do a lot of X blocks where you make a block and then you turn that wrist and catch. Those are all good, useful blocks to do. All right, let's go through the next set of blocks. So we've done inner and outer forearm blocks. We've done double knife hand square. Let's see. X high and low. No, Mr. Escher, am I missing something? No, I think have we covered all of them? What other blocks we got?
Like double fist, double inner forearm.
Oh yeah, double fist. Okay, so that's why I was confused. So when we did a double knife hand block, if you take those hands and close them in that same spot, this is a double fist block. I meant to do that when we started, but you're here, so your palm is facing in, just like a double knife, but now you're closing them down. And when you come across, you wait till the last second, turn them, and set them in place. That's a double fist block, okay? Now, let's work on double inner forearm blocks. So, where typically, if I have one here, now we're gonna work on bringing it around and closing it down in this sense, okay? So I have to imagine, how do I position this? This one is palm down, this one is palm in. So if I bring it around, I have to turn them 180 degrees for the chamber, because everything turns 180 degrees in Taekwondo. So as I come around, I'm here. As I come around, they have to turn into position. And this is called an unsupported. This is unsupported, this is supported. In this case, we're doing here, okay? Here we go. So we're gonna walk towards the camera. I'm gonna chamber, come around, block. Now, I'm gonna reach over my back shoulder. Yellow belts, white belts, this is a very beginner skill. I'm gonna have to reach over my front shoulder to my backside, step, and block. You'll see this in your pattern, Katie and Nick. This happens in your pattern right away. Reach over that back shoulder, come around, block. Good, excellent, nice. And one more time, around, block. Good, excellent. All right, guys, well done. Let's see, little fist, back fist. I'm missing one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. What we got, Mr. Escher?
Outside block.
Outside block, which should be called an inside block. I'm just saying, because
I
it
didn't name it.
what's that? This, I don't understand why this is called an outside block. We don't call this one well, anyway, an outside block. Here's what it is. Like on yellow belt number 3, we tell our guys to make that 3 behind your ear. An outside block just comes across the body like a windshield wiper. It comes across and blocks. It's like doing an outer forearm block, but starting from the outside and coming to the inside. That's why I think it should be called an inside block. But anyway, so we're here and block, here, block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. In the traditional sense, anytime you're doing a block, you'll either pull it back to your hip or guard your sternum in those 2 areas. So we come to the inside for outside blocks. Excellent. All right, guys, face me, bow Keone. All right, that's blocks. Blocks are super important. You can't forget your blocks. All right, let me stop the recording there.